found out secondarily that a lot of people who just want to know what's going on are members of groups similar to this. I mean a lot of militias. I mean a lot of people who are interested in keeping their ear to the ground so they got an idea as to what may be coming next, that sort of thing. So that's how important this is. There's a whole bunch of small towns. There's a whole bunch of big towns. There's a whole bunch of huge cities like New York, San Francisco, L.A., Chicago, New Orleans. It used to be bigger than it was. It kind of got, somebody did the laundry down there the hard way. But,
yeah.
Minuteman, can you elaborate a little bit?
Well, sure. You know, I don't know why in the world any militia out there wouldn't want peace. I mean, look, folks, this is the way I look at it, Drake. It's a whole lot better deal than what we've had to live with for the past, 60, 70 years. And I agree with you. That's the question that everybody listening tonight really should consider. Because look, everybody said they wanted somebody to come up with a plan. Well, here it is. Here's your chance. I know I'm going to be going in there and I'm going to be casting my vote. I want to be free. I don't want to pick my gun up and I don't want to have to battle anybody. I'm really a peaceful, loving man. Make no mistake, folks. Because I'm peaceful and loving is the very reason I will fight if I have to. But I thought that was the object of what we did as a free people, was to find ways to stay free without the fight. And you, Drake, I don't know what better of a deal that I've heard anybody present. It's a start, and you know, hey, even if we run up into quirks, because we all know that nothing's ever really perfect. Sometimes some things get overlooked, but you know, it seems like the meat's there. You know, the meat is there, and as long as you got the meat, that means something productive can come out of it. And man, I sure hope that most of the militias out there will, if they're listening tonight, will listen to what I say. I know you don't want to fight either, guys. Come on. War ain't fun, and it ain't pretty. And anybody out there, I know we've got a lot of our veterans that have faced war in the militia. I'm sure any one of them can say, look, Minuteman's telling it like it is, and Drake is too. We don't want to be violent if we can keep from it. We don't want to war in our nation. We don't want to put our children through that. We don't want to put our families through that. Just think, folks, we get to hear about the wars in the news. We see them on TV. Just imagine that being in your backyard. I don't want it in my backyard. So, you know, I got to give you credit, brother. I really appreciate all the hard work you're doing, and I'm going to do everything I can to make it count.
I appreciate that. I'm asking everybody out there that's listening to this, that knows somebody, to get some replays, to spread the word. You got till Saturday noon to cast your votes. And it don't matter if you're listening to this right now. It don't matter if you're involved in freedom. It don't matter too much who you are. I can unashamedly say that this is the best that I can come up with so far. Now, I've been assured by certain people of high standing that these people will fight us to the last man. And that's sort of like trying to clean out the old provincial capital of Hue after the Tet Offensive in '68. A lot of my friends who were Marines didn't come back out of there. A lot of my friends that were in the Army didn't make it either. That ain't something anybody should have to go through for any reason. What I'm offering here is not an escape. There will be adjudications. People have committed crimes. However, what they do to help us, what they do to allow us our freedom, and even reap some of the benefits. You're going to need banks to handle the money. Think about making more money than you need for once. That's what you're looking at here. Think about not having to worry about federal taxes. I mean, some people pay. I paid several years in a row more federal taxes than General Motors did, and I wasn't making all that much. So
This kind of goes along with the show we had Tuesday or yesterday, Greg. We went into a few things that basically are coinciding with what's being discussed tonight. And that is, we're going to keep sitting around on the couch, folks, or are we going to get up and get it done? As Greg said, get her done. I myself, I'm tired of trying to do what I can in the 21 years I've been awake, and I see opportunity here. So I'm going to seize that opportunity and the hard work of many people out there that want to be free. And I'm going to join in with those folks because, well, I want to see that freedom through. I've got 2 children. Of course, they're not kids anymore. They're grown adults. Well, one of them just got married. Just last Thanksgiving. That means pretty soon, folks, well, I'm going to be a grandfather. And it's just getting deeper as it goes along. So not only do I want to worry about my 2 sons and what they have in their future, but my grandchildren is going to come along too. Break.
Do we have time for questions yet, Drake?
Hey, Drake, it is Kelly from Truth Finders Network. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I think that questions might be in order to an extent. Now, some of this information, I'll warn you right now, is superficial.
Okay,
hold on a minute. It contains a whole lot of very intricate, private, and confidential information that I will not share. I will tell you that if you ask a question that I can't answer. Okay?
Break.
I have a few questions that are coming in from the chat room. Number one, I just want to let everybody know because there was some confusion that this may have been recorded. So I am letting everybody know I am here. That's why you can hear my lovely voice. But some of the questions that are coming in is you've been talking a lot about a settlement. Before we heard about mass arrests and these arrests were going to come in and there was going to be a divine intervention and that all these people are going to be arrested. Now you're talking that there's going to be some type of a settlement. Can you elaborate what has changed from the mass arrest to a settlement and how will they be held accountable when this is completely new from what you've been talking to everybody about?
Break.
Yes. Break.
Hey, Rick, this is Mr. B. I'd like to have some of these people start looking at who the members of the Virginia State Legislature are and start writing that down for a future date when we ask them to send in letters to re-ratify the Mobility Amendment, which will give us, that is the missing 13th Amendment, and we need them to send cards and letters in to the Virginia State Legislature for ratification of the 12th of March 1819 ratification that was done back then. And if you contact Mr. Drake or these other 2 people, I will mail you a copy of the 13th Amendment, which is missing. And they have my phone number where that you can call me and I will mail you a copy.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Drake, can you touch on the Truth Finders?
We got one question already percolating.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between mass arrests and this proposed settlement.
Right.
Basically what this deals with is the choice that these people are offering. We're offering a counter proposal that's at least equal to it, in my estimation. If they're willing to live up to the provisions I have stated, then I don't see a reason why we could not agree to this as a settlement. Now, I'm not saying that this absolves them of some of the crimes that have been committed. I'm not saying that at all. There will be some adjudications. Now, these adjudications, in some cases, probably will result in a death penalty, simply because there are millions of lives that have been wasted just for a profit, which that's a little more than I can take. And I don't think anybody should have to put up with them using our oxygen. Those won't be very many. The ones that can help us most in terms of straightening out this mess that has been made, which they say they can and would like to do. Now, that may be that they're just trying to save their butt. I would offer that instead of taking their life, they live in a FEMA camp for an extended period. I'm not going to say life, but that probably would be appropriate for some. Some may not go to jail at all if they are principled enough to really make this happen. Now,
adjudications for what?
Hold on, everybody needs to understand this. When I say NESARA equals financial freedom, it does. And it's pretty all-inclusive. It doesn't leave hardly anything other than, like I said, the amendment of the tax so that you go to a user fee instead of a direct tax. That's a big difference. Then the advanced technology, that equals jobs. We got an unemployment problem. And I mean,
do you want American citizens to go make the new drones? Is that the new jobs you're talking about? They're going to go work for the government contracts and the 1% of the military?
I didn't say that at all. Listen to me very carefully. The release of advanced technologies involves the technologies that we are not aware of even existing. I expressed a couple of those as an example. Those types of technologies released then can be used through the collateral account funds to set up manufacture and installation. Okay, and this will be very quickly done. You're talking a week or two before you got a facility running on these things. The just making a car not have to touch the ground anymore is not as complex as people think, but it's not really simple either. You're going to have to train somebody, teach them how to do it, and then go and train somebody else and continue that on down the line. As somebody gets trained, then you have OJT, where the person works with the person that does know how to do it, and so they become an installer. They become an engine remover, or someone who builds the machines that will technically allow you to regrow a limb. Those are just two. There are 600 to 800 or more of these technologies that will be made available. Our lives will change dramatically. Free energy. Think about that real quick. Okay, so
what about NDAA and NDRP and HR 347 and all of these things?
They have agreed to rescind those.
Oh, they've rescinded NDAA. And they will. They will.
If the terms that I'm laying out are acceptable, the manner in which they are accepted rescinds a majority of the adverse legislation. Anything that goes contrary to the Constitution, basically. This has been explained before by several people, different places, different times, and it's hard to get your head around it. It's that simple, but that's the way it works. Next question.
Okay.
Do we have any questions?
So...
Yes, what is the link again that Lady Dragon gave us?
Lady Dragon?
Yeah. She gave us a link to go to, and I didn't...
LadyDragon.com.
Oh, that's all? Okay, thank you.
Is that correct, Lady Dragon?
Last time we had spoke to you, Drake, you had talked about having a timeline and that the people would be notified of these arrests. So now you're saying that none of this is going to happen. So what are we supposed to do for people out there that have been waiting, and you've been working this plan for, you've said that you've worked at this for a very long time, and that you have this plan. And